to throw them tear gas and all. Do you think we are practicing true democracy in Nigeria?
I don't know the people that have come out to speak out and they were the bad.
Yeah,
If you
well,
take the NSAS protest, for instance, you see, I was happy that such protests happened. And I said, oh, Nigeria, we're getting it right. But when at the point that the president had come out to say, okay, this is a demand, I will begin to do this, stop. I said, oh, this is great. But when the post began to shift, I said, no, this is wrong.
Wrong. It's getting out of hand.
I just knew that we had lost it. I knew that we had lost it at that point in time. Because you don't do that. And nobody will want to deal with a monster. There was no leader that would sit on the table with the government to say, okay, this is our demand, these are our demands. And government will say, okay, we are going to meet 1, 2, 3. Out of 5, we're going to meet 3. You say, okay, let us watch you. I just sit back and say, we won't go. No, if I'm the head of state, I wouldn't, or the president, I wouldn't take it, just like the president didn't take it. No, you don't do that. So people, if you must come out genuinely. I'm not sure the government will be ready to stop you or to go and start throwing tear gas at you, except they suspect that you have something sinister behind or another motive behind what you're doing. Okay. That is what I feel, because I know that a lot of people will be making this thing to allusion to the NSAS protest. NSAS protest started well, but at the end of the day, we the youths, we lost it because we couldn't coordinate and organize ourselves properly. You don't do that. We cannot keep shifting posts at the middle of a discussion. Even when the president, it was president should speak, president said, okay, we have heard you, we'll start police reforms. He said you must come. No, you don't do such. It's not a day. Rome is not built in a day. So he didn't expect the Nigerian government to make the magic. It's not a magic thing. It's not a miracle thing.
So how will you describe this present administration? Do you think it has meet up with what the promises that it's laid during the campaign?
One thing that I can give to this administration is a continuity of projects started by other administrations.
Okay.
It did not abandon such projects. See, if for nothing, we should know that the railway that is on now, the railway projects that have started playing, yes, started from even before Obasanjo, but were not concluded. Yeah. But in this administration, you can see determination to conclude those projects, which is yielding fruits. Yes, you may say they are not the people that initiated it. It doesn't matter. You know, one politics that will play, bad politics that will play in Nigeria most times is that a new administration coming in would not want to continue with what the former administration started. They will want to start their own projects. But at the end of the day, whatsoever you do, it is for in the interest of the people, of the masses. If there is a good project, carry on with it, complete it. So that is where I can see. There are so many other things that are coming. What you can hold this administration to is the situation of this banditry that has just come up. Else, that is what has just really, really dented this administration. Else, I can say that the administration has been good to Nigeria because in the agri sector, the administration is poised to ensure that our agricultural sector develops. Otherwise, it takes the will to ban importation of rice. And they did it, which has put a lot of people back to farm. Yes. But for back to the farm to start planting rice and all that, it takes will to do it. It doesn't come easy, strong will. Yeah, because you can imagine the amount involved in rice importation. You know that. You see a lot of agro industries also springing up. People are going back to the farms, but for the challenge of these headers, people are going back to the farms. People, okay, I can go back to farm. The situation that the country has taught us that is making us to be more introspective. Let us look at ourselves inwardly, see what can come out of us, and not continue with the attitude, character and characteristics of importation. So that's what it is.
Well, 2023 is at hand.
Yes, that is why, in fact, you see, we must save our country. Come 2023, time has come. That's again the credit you must give to this government passing the bill that you can have independent candidates and you're not too young to run. For Nigeria to bounce back, then we must abhor voting across party lines. We have started seeing it. We have started seeing it anyway. If a veritable example is what happened in Edo State. Edo State, in fact, I had a friend of mine that was like, that what they saw there, he's of the APC. I'm an APC man. He's of the APC, and he said, that even their own supporters voted against them. That was what happened in 1992. By 1993, by 2023, it's going to be 30 years. I was of the NRC during that time. And in my very before, Abiola was SDP. Our presidential candidate was Tofa. And our very before, those that were brought to vote our party because you had to show that you were on ground. They said, don't worry, I was an aspirant, a councillorship aspirant. I said, don't worry. After this one, we'll vote for you. It was a bandwagon effect. People did not vote across party lines. People did not vote for party. They voted across party lines. It was a non-partisan voting. So I want to believe that come 2023, Nigerians should awake to the reality that, look, there's so much trouble, so much agitation, and then our voting shouldn't be partisan. Should be, can this man deliver? Can whosoever is coming deliver? And that's where the parties have to sit properly and bring out credible and energetic candidates. People that are ready to say, okay, I'm willing to sacrifice. We need people that are willing to sacrifice for the nation of Nigeria, for Nigeria to get back on track to where we're coming down from. We need such people. The parties, the two predominant parties, especially APC and PDP, should say, okay, let's look at credible candidates, not in name. People that will be ready to say, I'm willing to sacrifice some of my powers to it. I have said, for me, Nigeria, the federal government is overweight. It needs to shed weight. So it's left for us Nigerians. And at the end of the day, let it not be that somebody that is in the assembly, National Assembly, will think he's doing those that elected him there a favor by being there. We should be accountable and responsive and responsible to our people, to those that sent us to the various positions we're occupying. So 2023 is going to be a mark. I just see it that way because I was calculating, I said 30 years ago, this was what happened. It's going to be 30 years, 2023. So I pray
hopefully
that we have a turn in Nigeria, even though it didn't come.
Thank you, sir, for staying with us.
Thank you so much.
It's a privilege. I mean, it's a privilege to have you here. It's a privilege to get all of those things that you've been able to put out, the outputs to this time around. It's really a privilege, and intention. Not
so. I didn't say that, but I said.
You said okay.
I don't want to talk about that.
You said you're a politician.
I remain a politician. I didn't say politicians don't talk about their intentions. I don't want to talk about you said, what are my plans?